Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What is this? Massive fraudulence. As it turns out, instead of focusing on the game, some absolute frauds have paid for a plane to fly over the Etihad carrying a banner saying White Lives Matter. Why is it so difficult for you not to be a prick? And not just that, but also Burnley. Making sure that you realise that this is the viewpoint that Burnley hold. And it's gone down like a ton of lead balloons, with the club not only facing the humiliation of losing 5-0, an absolute spanking that could have been more, but then they've also had to put out a statement apologising to the Premier League, fans and anyone that's been supporting the Black Lives Matter movement. Let's read the statement. Burnley Football Club strongly condemns the actions of those responsible for the aircraft and offensive banner that flew over the Etihad on Monday evening. We wish to make it clear that those responsible are not welcome at Turf Moor. This in no way represents what Burnley Football Club stands for, and we will work fully with the authorities to identify those responsible and issue lifetime bans. Did you get that then? You're not welcome. Yeah, you're not welcome anymore. Okay, you've done that to yourselves as well. The club has a proud record of working with all genders, religions and faiths through its award-winning community scheme and stands against racism of any kind. We're fully behind the Premier League's Black Lives Matter initiative, and in line with all other Premier League games undertaken since Project Restart, our players and football staff willingly took the knee at kick-off at Manchester City. We apologise unreservedly to the Premier League, to Manchester City and to all those helping to promote Black Lives Matter. Not a good look. It's not a good look. Credit to the club and credit to Ben Mee as well for completely ignoring the first question from the journalist and going on to condemn what he saw. I'm all for free speech. I'm all for everyone having a voice, but there's a time and a place, and this just isn't really it. Mee said these people need to come into the 21st century and educate themselves. They don't represent what we're about. I'm ashamed and embarrassed. And this is good, right? This is good. There are always going to be issues. Things will never be as simple as they could be. But what makes the difference and what is going to create change is open conversations and the absolute condemnation of fraudulence, as Ben has done so well. So I salute to him for that. I'm sure he speaks for 99.9% of Burnley fans. And it's a shame that people are going to be talking about that instead of what was a quite superb performance from Manchester City. I watched the game over dinner. Here's some thoughts. Frauds everywhere. He's one of them. Fucking Fantasy League captain, he's gone off after winning the pen. Fraud. This is for the ones who care. What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. My name is hughwizzy, as you're watching 90 more. Back again as Manchester City, currently 3-0 up against Burnley at home. Just thought we'd do a little half-time intermission when we talk about exactly what's happened so far. Beautiful goal for Phil Foden, the youngster, getting an opportunity to start and taking it. De Bruyne has been rested for this one. A lot of people may well have triple captained him for Fantasy Premier League. It's not to be. Riyad Mahrez scored an absolute worldie. Looked like he was going to cut in onto his left-hand side. He's completely sold Tarkowski, the dummy, and broken his ankles in the process. Weak foot finish, low down to Pope's right. Didn't stand a chance. And Mahrez burying the penalty that Sergio Aguero won soon after that as well to make it 3-0 before the break. VAR did its job this time. Aguero walking off and leaving all the responsibility to Mahrez, who rightly tucked it home, calmly passing it down into the bottom left-hand corner. Pope again left with no chance. And Burnley really have struggled. The difference in quality is stark. The amount of money that Manchester City have spent on one player, I would imagine, is worth more than the whole Burnley squad. The quality of football that we're seeing from Manchester City, I don't think we need to get too gassed about it. They're just being patient and doing what they do. However, it's been very effective so far, and they do look like they are picking up where they want to be in terms of getting some form and confidence for the Champions League. It's been so dominant from City, and Man City against Liverpool on Thursday the 2nd of July. That's going to be the Premier League final, if you will. It would be quite interesting if City were to win that. We're looking at the Mahrez goal, beautiful stuff. He is one of those Iron Robin type players that you know will cut in on his left and you can't do anything about it. So for him to chop back, as he loves to do, and smash it home with his right foot was very impressive. He's got a more prominent role this time around. And with De Bruyne out, it's been quite interesting to see them flooding that right-hand side, as Silve and Mahrez or De Bruyne would usually be whipping them in. His dribbling ability it's on another level. And yeah, I am surprised that City have dropped off so much this season, but I do think that they are dark horses for the Champions League. It is just a matter of rolling the dice enough times. PSG and City just have too much money behind them to not eventually win it. Yes, maybe just to throw a kind of spanner in the works, it would be entertaining to have City win it this season, especially as they face a Champions League ban, and that would confuse the hell out of UEFA. Okay, fourth goal's just gone in. Burnley are finished, done out here. This platform is clearly not their level. Phil Foden with a bit of genius. The vision to pick out Bernardo Silva with a ball straight between the lines. And Bernardo Silva was there to just square it for... There were like 8 people queuing up to tap it in. 4-0. Game's done. I don't know how Burnley keep going right now. I'm expecting there to be another goal though. Okay, we're back again. 68th minute, it's 5-0 and the goals do not stop. Manchester City completely dominant. Phil Foden with a second, really grasping his opportunity. We've seen De Bruyne come on, striding forward, spread it out wide to Bernardo Silva. Jesus tapped it along and Foden got his second, easy as you like. And they're dominating like you would expect. Yeah, the most expensive team ever assembled. Are they the most expensive team ever assembled? I'm not sure. Maybe it's PSG actually, or Real Madrid, but they're basically 40, 50 million pound every single player on that pitch, barring Phil Foden, who I thought was going to be wasted out on the left-hand side, but he's been brilliant. I think he's just a fantastic player that could probably start for most Premier League sides, and it is great to see him getting game time, even though, given that it's the Premier League and they're kind of out of the race already, it's a little bit of a nonsense. But beautiful no-look through ball between the lines towards Bernardo Silva, who set up David Silva. It is a great no-look dummy past that. He is well ahead of his years, and hopefully he does get the opportunity for England as well, because we could really do with a player like that. In and amongst the conversation with the likes of Grealish and Maddison, but he's probably out in front, being only 20 years old. Left-footed is a slight advantage. He scores goals, makes them. He's got pace, great head about him. So it's looking like it's going to be a bright future for the kid. Well, that's a bright present, isn't it? He's playing for Manchester City, for crying out loud. 5-0, 70th minute, and Manchester City 20 points behind Liverpool now. It is done and dusted, we know that, but this is entertainment. This is it entertainment? It's a battering, isn't it? If you like seeing weak individuals battered by strong individuals, if you like seeing uneven fights where heavyweights take on welterweights, then this is probably the one for you. It's not back and forth at all. Burnley are living in their half, and Manchester City just knocking it about with, what do they call it? Aplomb.
A plume.
No, aplomb. Yeah, we're not doing a plume. Who's a plume? This is Manchester City all over, isn't it? Not the greatest game in the world, however, we did see a lot of goals, and for that much, I'm thankful. 2 videos coming your way tomorrow. Then we've got Leicester City against Brighton and Hove Albion. Leicester trying to stamp their authority on that top 4 place. They have put in a kind of questionable performance so far. That's all we've seen. Will they drop off, or will they be able to cling on to that Champions League status? And of course we've got Tottenham against West Ham in a London derby of huge importance to West Ham and Tottenham, who are also trying to push for Europe. Wednesday's a big day. We've got 5 games, 4 of them kicking off at 6 o'clock, with Manchester United against Sheffield United, probably the biggest one there for me. Both of those sides are neck and neck in the race for Champions League football, and Chris Wilder's men have been incredibly impressive, all barring that last game, so hopefully there's no repeat of that, because it was extremely fraudulent. If you've got any other suggestions of videos you'd like me to do over this football festive period, leave them in the comments down below. Okay, so that's about it for this time. If you're enjoying the videos, make sure you smash the hell out of the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.